Hello Cancer and welcome to my channel Green Line Goddess Tarot. This is your mid-month reading for July, and so yeah, we're in Cancer season. So happy birthday to all you beautiful Cancerians who are having a birthday in July, in the second half of July. We've got Eight of Shells, Quest and Renewal. It's interesting that this little starfish has come out, not seashell. I was thinking about the ocean because the image I had of you when I was just tuning in for your energy was you swimming in the ocean. And I'm like, this is nice energy for Cancer. And then it was like you were safe swimming in the ocean, swimming in the waters, swimming in some emotional waters, which is actually really nice. And then swimming in the waters of your intuition and trusting that. We do have your beautiful new moon happening on the 17th. So that's a really perfect time for you to set an intention for your solar year and an intention for yourself and how you want to nurture and care for yourself and what you want to bring in to your world this year. So that's a really perfect time for you. I kind of also gotten this vision that you were swimming in the ocean. So if you can get to the ocean, depending on where you are in the world, even being by the sea or swimming, that could be really great for you just physically. But I also got this sense of it went right up, 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 up. It suddenly, it's like I zoomed up and I could see you as a little ant in the ocean swimming, and then it went up, up above the earth into the cosmos, into the space. And I'm like, okay, so we're getting this very different, higher perspective and seeing the bigger picture, potentially from this very high spiritual vantage point of what emotional waters you're swimming in at this moment in time. And the other thing that came up with this little vision was it was almost like there was some sort of mysterious, Megatron or some sort of like animal from the Jurassic period that wanted to come up, and you thought, oh, there's going to be this like predator that's going to come and attack me, but it never did. It kind of felt like you were safe, even though there's a few fears around the emotional waters. So it's kind of interesting that I had so much of an ocean kind of vision for you. And we have the Eight of Shells, Quest and Renewal here. Because this is the beautiful little starfish. It's about your unique emotional needs. And what are they? What are they? Are there things that suddenly are no longer feeling emotionally fulfilling? And maybe they used to. And maybe it's just not giving to you what you need or what it used to. So I really feel like... and what I got was when you were swimming in the ocean, it felt like, okay, I'm home. There is this quest for renewal. I'm feeling really revitalized with connecting to these emotions or feeling safe within that space. So it was a beautiful energy. I think you're going to definitely be a lot in your feelings here with this, but there's this sense of rejuvenation that can come and renewal that can come through with that from seeing this beautiful higher perspective that's coming in. So yeah, interesting. Let's pull a card for what's shifting and changing for you, Cancer. Interesting. So we've got Devil energy coming in, Capricorn, and the Star card. Beautiful. Again, this Star card was that energy of going really, really high up and seeing that higher perspective from the stars. And so you're being very, very guided here about this Devil energy in your life at this moment in time. Who is this Devil energy? What is this Devil energy? It could be... it's your opposite sign, Capricorn, coming in, Saturn and Mars. And I feel like this is potentially toxic energy or fears, or it's, potentially someone around that's just making life unbearable or difficult. There could be just a person that's kind of unpleasant around you. It could just be, this could be somebody that's dealing with addictions or health issues that are of their own doing. There's a negative cycle around it. So I feel like there's someone, it's a detox emotionally that can come through with this, that you're getting this very much higher perspective about some of those things that could feel like the Devil energies can feel very stuck, or, it's a sense of feeling very emotionally damaged or stuck, or it's just a negative feeling or person around you. So the Star card is guiding you away from that energy, up and away, and showing you that perspective so that you can feel more hopeful for how you're feeling about a person or a situation. It may be that you have to set up some stronger boundaries around this person, or just, set up some new rules or boundaries within yourself. So, yeah, it really definitely, I kind of get a real like the devil energy for I get drugs for some of you, like not for you, but for someone around you perhaps, or there's someone associated with drugs, or there's some sort of negative cycle around drugs that's coming through potentially. I mean, it's not going to be for all of you. Like I said, just take what resonates and what doesn't. But I feel like there's something that is kind of negatively impacting, and there's a negative energy around you that's negatively impacting your health. And that's what this devil energy is. And so this star card is wanting, again, you've got the star, like the starfish and the star card. And the star card is quite literally what we were talking about, you swimming the ocean, understanding your emotional needs, rising up and getting the higher perspective of what that is and how you can get away from the devil energy. It was interesting. I had that thing of like, you know, something potentially you were fearing in those emotional waters, but it never came to be, or never came to, it didn't actually, you avoided it in some way. So there's an opportunity to rise up and out of this energy. So let's see what is coming through for you, Cancer. So the other thing that's happening with your new moon is that the nodes are shifting and changing sign. So the nodes of fate, we've got a lot of Saturn coming in here. So that could be delays, restrictions, but yeah, again, I think restructuring. The nodes of fate and destiny are shifting and changing sign. From North Node was in Taurus and the South Node was in Scorpio. So South Node is old karma, what you're moving away from, release and letting go of, and you don't need it in your life anymore. The North Node is what your soul's saying we want to learn, new soul growth lessons, sense of purposes. And so they're shifting and changing signs pretty much at the same time of your new moon on the 17th. And so they're moving into the cardinal signs, which you're a cardinal sign as well. So the North Node's moving into Aries and the South Node's moving into Libra. And so this is going to be squaring your energy. It's actually going to be creating challenges to step into this new sense of purpose or these new soul growth lessons, or to release and discard some older energies. So I feel like this is where the beginning, like having the star card come in at the very start, is actually really great, giving you the guidance and saying the first thing you need to do is get rid of this devil energy in your life. So we are moving into a cardinal grand cross. So the signs are all, your new moon is going to be at 24 degrees of Cancer. The sun and moon are going to be in Cancer. Pluto is in your opposite sign in Capricorn. The new moon is going to be opposing Pluto in Capricorn at 29 degrees. The nodes are going to be at 29 degrees of Aries and Libra. So there's this grand cross with the cardinal signs, which is a crisis of action. There's something that needs to happen here. And I think you're being shown really clearly what that is. There might be a lot of indecision and hesitation around taking action with that Two of Swords, because it's like your intuition might be telling you one thing, your logical might be telling you another. It might be like, oh, do I have not this again? Do I have the energy for this? I'm sick of kind of fighting for things or having to but balance is going to be a really important energy to come through with this. There might be a lot of ambivalence, like I don't want to have to go there. I don't want to have to look at this devil energy. Don't even want to talk or associate with this energy or person. Whatever it is, there's a lot of needs to be a little bit of rebalancing, but it might even require a commitment. So if this is something to do with a health issue or having to restructure some kind of boundaries in your life, it is about, committing to that. So let's see what else is coming through for you, Cancer. Let's see what else is coming through. And it may be you've overcommitted yourself to something or someone as well. So this may be where you're kind of looking at your priorities with your commitments and going, well, I'm being very guided I've stayed with that energy for too long, or that place or that location or that person, and maybe it's shifting and changing. I don't want to commit to that energy as much anymore. So that's something that's coming through with this as well, Cancer. Like I said, the cards are kind of coming out a bit differently this week. So actually being guided to pull one of these cards just as a general message for you. So let's see, we have Loving Elementals. Okay, I love this card. Look at that inner child. Just playing with the little elementals, like the fairies are coming up. And it's just inner child wanting to wanting to potentially escape in some way into like an imagination realm or a fantasy realm. In some way, it might just be, I don't want to go near this Capricorn devil energy. It could be too emotionally intense, but it could also require more of a balanced approach, because there could be an intensity or even an obsession that comes in with this, but it could feel like a huge emotional transformation that can occur with this as well. So the loving elementals, again, we can see that the river here, there's a river that flows through it. And there's definitely a water fairy, and there's some fire fairies around, maybe an earth fairy as well, or an element of air happening with this as well. And so it is about, I do feel like it's almost like inner child wants to retreat into a safe place. So it might be that there's things that are going back to childhood here that are coming up around that as well. So around all this, if we go back to the root source of like why you've attracted this devil energy into your life, perhaps it's coming back to that. But I feel like inner child's like, I don't want to go near that. So let's see what else is coming through for Cancer. What else is coming in for Cancer? I just got to get the right frequency into the cards. So this could be like a big shift and change to your health, and or to just a new, healthier kind of cycle. I just get healthy cycles. So whether this is related to your physical health or healthy boundaries or a healthy environment, there's something that you kind of, they're wanting you to detox from. In the near future, you've got the Seven of Pentacles. So yeah, I feel like there's this tired energy here. We've got the Seven of Cups. And it's like making, again, the star card. You're being so strongly guided here. You've got two star cards here. The Empress, and we have the World card. Yeah, you're putting endings to cycles here, emotionally rebalancing. And yeah, so that you can kind of got the energy that you're working with people. You need to kind of put yourself first here, Cancer. So let's look at the situation. There's something that you're fairly hesitant about here with the Two of Swords. This is like, yeah, the character doesn't want to look at something. It might be quite actively avoiding it, or this person or this energy, this devil energy. And they're like, I'm really hesitant to go there. And crossed by the Nine of Wands is the card of the wounded warrior. So it may be that you've had your struggles with this or this person or this energy, and it's kind of like, I don't know if I've got the desire, the energy. I don't know if this can even be fixed in my life. It might just be one of those things that there's a lot of hesitation and doubt about it. The Two of Pentacles is saying that there's some tricky waters around it as well, as in you can see the ocean in the background. There's been some huge waves of emotion around it, or there's been some turbulence or drama around whatever this devil energy is in your life. And it's been a bit of a balancing act. Perhaps it's like this is to do with work-life balance, or balance between your physical needs and your emotional needs, or, it's some sort of something is when the Two of Pentacles comes in, it's been a bit of an emotional balancing act in a way, and perhaps there's a lot of things that are pulling you in two different directions. So yeah, I think that restoring balance could be a really important energy to come through. At the base, we have the Hierophant. So the Hierophant is soul energy and soul messages that are coming through. It is all about the established order as well. So it could be around philosophical or religious beliefs that are coming in around this as well. But it's kind of like there's some sort of commitment to an established order that potentially has been out of balance. This is how it's been done. And there's something that realizing it's not working for you anymore. So yes, the Hierophant is about commitments as well. In the recent past, we've got the Five of Swords. So this is where somebody has acted quite selfishly or in their own self-interest, put themselves first. And I feel like, this is this sort of devil energy that's hanging around you, where it's kind of like you haven't felt like you've been prioritized, or somebody just did what suited them and it had a pretty negative impact or created a negative pattern or cycle in your life. This could even be psychological or an emotional patterning. But yeah, I do feel like there's this sense of potentially someone's acted quite selfishly, which has had a negative impact, but it's really hard because this King of Wands is an Aries-like energy, which is encouraging you to put yourself first, which is interesting because you might have some negative belief systems around that or fears around that for whatever reason. So we have in the near future the Seven of Pentacles, and this is going to require some patience, quite a practical and, practical approach. The Seven of Pentacles is saying, I've got a new opportunity to plant a new seed and to rework my routines, my daily routines, my time, the effort, the energy, my investments of time, effort, energy, even money. Where do I want to invest that so that I'm getting growth, so that I'm out of this kind of tired old cycle that seems to be kind of like there's a heaviness to it. You're presenting as the Seven of Cups. So this is where you're looking, this could be the picture isn't fully clear yet. There could still be, it's forming, but you're looking at new options here, making different choices. And these are different emotional choices because it's the cups. So some of them are going to be good, some of them not so good. It's just a matter of opening up to new options. And that's going to be really important for you, especially when it comes to this energy of feeling stuck within a commitment or the way that things have always been. Energy surrounding you, the Star card. This is beautiful. This is peace and healing around you coming your way, which is really lovely. This is wishes coming true, being very, very guided, feeling so much more hopeful for the future, that there's a positive energy that's coming through that's getting you unstuck, which is really lovely. It's about dipping yourself into the waters. The Star, we can see that, again, this kind of very watery themes coming through here. It's the water bearer, interesting, even though it's an Aquarius energy. And those waters need to flow. So you might be needing to dip yourself into new waters, new emotional waters, or new places, make new connections, or do things that are emotionally nourishing for you that might be something that you haven't done for a while or haven't done before. It just kind of feels like there's a new source of water. So whether that's emotions or intuition that you can tap into, that's going to bring the peace and the healing within this situation. And then we have as hopes and fears, the Empress. This is wanting abundance. It's wanting to reap the harvest. It's wanting pleasure, joy. So I feel like this Devil energy is kind of taking the joy out of something in a way, or taking that edge off. So it's like wanting to get back to feeling good and feeling like, there's an abundance around in a certain area of your life. We have as an outcome the World card, the Six of Cups, and the Three of Pentacles. So this is where you're ending cycles, where you're kind of going, okay, I've had enough of this devil cycle that's been around, that's put things out of balance and perhaps isn't feeling that fulfilling or good anymore. I need to renew. I need to kind of start something new that's deeply fulfilling for me, that is with people that I love, or that is making something that is really of value for me, or creating something that's really of value for me. There's energy exchanges with other people that feel good. So it could be very productive energy as well. And so it's wanting to restore emotional balance. So there may be people or things from the past returning. So it might be, that thing of, I haven't played my guitar for so long, I'm going to pick it up and start playing it again, or I haven't done that for so long, let's just redo that again. So it has this sort of past memory going back to childhood again, which is interesting because inner child is almost like talking to you and guiding you as well. Even though I get this sense of wanting to retreat from the devil, it's like it's saying, hey, what about this energy over here that has long lost? You've forgotten it, or you haven't connected to it for such a long time. Let's bring this back. So it might be a sense that there's a trip down memory lane, or there's nostalgia for the past, or that someone from the past returns, or old memories start returning around this. But it's like you're making something of value work in your world, where you're working with other people and connecting with other people. So this King of Wands is you, I think. This is you saying this, what do I want and how am I going to get it and how am I going to bring it into my world? And it is going to require putting yourself first. And so I really feel like there's this real, you're going to feel this difference about how you feel around certain people and certain groups of people. It may be seeking out new social connections or different social connections or people you haven't seen for such a long time. There's a sense of, I used to feel good doing this and I want to come back to a feeling that I've had in the past. And so it really feels like you're seeking out energy connections that are going to be really good for you. And so just be aware of who the new people or the new connections are that are coming into your world that can feel like they're really your people. So you want to be around them. And it feels very healing to be able to do that. So the Three of Pentacles can be like maybe you're thinking of studying or doing something new, a new course of studying, you're meeting new people through this sense of learning and mastering an art or a skill in some way, shape or form. It could be a new group project, but it feels like there's a collective energy around it with this Three of Pentacles. Maybe you're being asked to showcase or teach or share your gifts or, in some way, shape or form. But I feel like you're working with other people and being valued. And there's also a sense of there's new energy and new connections that are coming in around it. So this is a great time to open up to something new or to a new group of people. So let's see. Let's pull an affirmation card for you, Cancer, and see what's coming in. So we've got, my life is a mirror. Okay, beautiful. The people in my life are really mirrors of me. This affords me the opportunity to grow and change. And that's what I feel like is really being reflected back to you here. It's going to become really clear who are the people that represent the devil energy and who are the people that represent this Three of Pentacles, which is a much nicer energy exchange that's coming through. So I feel like a lot is being reflected back to you, and just to you're receiving a lot of information and a lot of guidance around that. So just to be open to that. And then let's pull a charm for you, Cancer. We have two. Oh, yeah, beautiful. Yeah, the little turtle. We had this sense of swimming in the ocean and love. So I always see the turtle as like, for whatever reason, it always reminds me, and when I get it with animal spirit energy, it's very Cancerian. It's something good for your soul that you love doing, or someone good for your soul that brings love into your world. So this is something you want to dive into those new waters, and it's got to have the love connected to it in some way, the sense of fulfillment connected to it in some way. It might have this beautiful sense of new purpose that comes through with it. And this is something special for you that is almost like a gift to yourself, that is laying a lot of some old negative energy to rest, which helps that kind of, you're working through that whilst you're opening up to this new. So that's your reading, Cancer. Thanks so much for joining me. Please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. Love to read your comments. Happy Cancer season and take care.